What's going on, everyone? Brett Stevens here with your WTOK News 11 sports team. I'm here with the newest member of our team, Mr. Jay Matthews. Jay, how you doing, man?
I am doing well. I mean, it is Sunday. It is Super Bowl Sunday. So no more football for 6 months. But, hey, I mean, we should be good to go. You and I and Zach will be together, on Sundays and whatnot. So we're just going to have a good time.
Yeah, speaking of that, last night was first time anchoring here for the station. How was your experience with that, man?
Oh, man, it was fun, man. I mean, it was the first day, everything was smooth and cool, but we got the second day tonight. Just can't wait.
We do. So make sure you tune in tonight, 10 p.m. for WTOK News 11 at 10. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But we're here, our main objective here. Yeah. Just want to come up here, say hello to everyone. We are just going to talk about Super Bowl 60. It's crazy there's been 60 now of these. We were talking about having to read the
we had to read the Roman numerals, and now it's 60. I'm thinking it's like 55 or like something like that.
Absolutely. It's a rematch of sorts from that very infamous, pass at the goal line when you have Marshawn Lynch and Pete Carroll says, no, we're gonna throw it. Obviously, the interception, I believe by Malcolm Butler. Jay, do you have any initial thoughts for this game? We're less than hour and a half at this point. What are you thinking for tonight?
Well, the first thing first, they cannot repeat history. I mean, it's a different squad. It's a different team. So that was 10 years ago. But now this is a new team. This is a new star. Seahawks, obviously, their defense led by Mike McDonald with Leonard Williams, Ernest Jones. That secondary is absolutely elite. And then you got the running game with Kenneth Walker as well with Sam Darnold and Kubiak in the West Coast offense versus the New England Patriots, who what a more balanced system, with Trey Henderson and their defense and also Drake May. So this is a game of the ultimate game manager. You have your run game, you have your defenses, but who can protect the ball better? Can it be Drake May or will it be Sam Darnold? I think it's going to be Sam Darnold.
I agree with you. I really do. I have my money just mentally on I think the Seahawks they're in the best position to win. I think they've been, obviously a great team. Same with the Patriots. Really good offenses and defenses tonight. So I think it'll be a more entertaining Super Bowl than years past.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, we don't need to see 13-3 again.
That was not fun.
And if it's gonna be a defensive game, I mean, let it at least be entertaining. Don't let it be 0-3 and then the Patriots are up. But that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be happening at all. But tonight should be a fun Super Bowl. Seahawks, Patriots riding really high. Sam Darnold, the only quarterback in the 2018 class to go to the Super Bowl. Lamar couldn't do it.
Could not do it. No.
Josh Allen kind of fumbled his way in doing it. And then who else is in that class? Baker Mayfield's in that class as well.
Potentially NFC South, but it's the NFC South.
Yeah,
so
like nothing.
As a Falcons fan, NFC South, it's just not the most fun. But Sam Darnold, I mean, he just had what a story for him. A lot of teams just passing up on him. I'm thinking about his Jets days, and the Vikings year was great, and the Seahawks said, that's our guy, so we're going to pick him up, and he's played terrific, and you mentioned it too. Mike McDonald, University of Georgia grad, it's my alma mater, go Dogs. It hit crazy story for him as well, but Mike Vrabel too, now being in this position, Titans wanted him out, and now he's just succeeding in his second year with a quarterback in Drake May, who a lot of people were saying, probably the most NFL ready quarterback in the ACC, and it kind of, the talent margins, some people argued, he's not a Big Ten guy, not an SEC guy. How is that going to fare? But, in his time in college football, was one of the best quarterbacks in my opinion, and he's playing like it. Who do you think is going to be the biggest playmaker, whether it's the Seahawks or the Patriots, that you think could make the biggest difference, and who comes home with the trophy tonight?
To make the biggest difference, you have to be a game changer. And this individual has been a game changer for a long time, almost 10 years as well. And he's kind of been waiting for this moment. It was supposed to happen in Minnesota with the Minneapolis Miracle. It was supposed to happen with the Bills. Now it happens with the New England Patriots. I think Stephon Diggs will be a huge difference maker. They're not going to win the game, but he's going to be a huge difference maker. Obviously coming off that ACL tear, but he did have an 1,000-yard season this year, and that camaraderie with Drake May, I think, is going to be a huge influence tonight.
You got to imagine he's just that very iconic photo of him where he's just kind of staring off at the celebration, be on the losing end of it, because obviously in sports you have the winners, you have the losers, but the losing side, that's the best for motivation. And Stephon Diggs, in interviews I've seen, I know you've seen, and some of you may have seen, the mentality I think he has, I really feel like that's just reverberated throughout the whole Patriots team. And this is a team that they've been successful. And I want to say that if they win the Super Bowl tonight, they will pass the Steelers for the most Super Bowls in franchise history for any franchise in the National Football League, which is just unbelievable. You think of, Bill Belichick missing out on first ballot Hall of Fame, but you think of that, that's a whole other conversation.
For another time.
Yeah, but you think about that era with obviously him and and Tom and so many legends just to go through that. But this feels like a new era for the Patriots. Do we feel like if they don't win it tonight, could we see them back in this conversation? Is it kind of like hey, they got all the pieces right this year? How does next year look for New England?
New England. Everybody said it was a cupcake schedule. It was a cupcake season. But they're in the Super Bowl. So what's
they made it.
Yeah, I'm like,
they made it.
Like,
who
what's
cares?
the cupcake about it? I mean, the Texans, they faced the Texans, #1 defense, beat them. Broncos, they didn't have Bo Nix, beat them. But am I going to see them, maybe next year? Maybe. I mean, let's see what Buffalo does. I know they got Joe Brady as their head coach. Yep. Jets. Oh, they're the Jets. Dolphins. Let's see what goes on in that situation. Right. But, I mean, potentially the Patriots are going to, be back in this situation based on how the AFC East is looking. And to top, the New England Patriots, and I really don't want them to win. And I know we're in WTOK and all that. I'm the news guy and whatnot. For those that do not know, I am from Washington, D.C.
Yes, Commanders fan.
So that means this. I mean, do I really want to see that year 2 quarterback win? Or do I want to see the glorious King?
Your quarterback.
Yes. And Jaden Daniels get that first Super Bowl.
He's a stud, man. He is. Wow, he's an incredible talent. LSU pipeline with these quarterbacks, man. They're
them Tigers, man.
They're Tigers. Obviously, a big LSU fan as well, Jay. I know
Come on now.
That you got the double on top of it. Jaden Daniels, LSU with the Commanders pipeline. That's awesome.
I mean, just like a chef's kiss. You know what I'm saying?
Kiss.
But that's why, if Drake May wins tonight, great. Woo, 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 wah, wah, wah. But listen, he doesn't deserve to win, honestly. Jaden Daniels will win. He will be the king. He's our glorious king in D.C., back home in D.C.
He's glorious king in D.C. Last question before we go. Just kind of want to know your thoughts if you have, I did kind of just pull context for everyone. It was just me in here, and I was getting prepped, and I was like, oh, I don't know. Jay was doing a story, and I walk out to go test with our meteorologist, Zach Rogers, and Jay walks out the elevator. I'm like, boom, we're doing this now.
Oh, yeah, we're doing this
obviously,
bad boy.
Thank you for joining me on this. So last question, do you have a score prediction for tonight, my man?
I actually do.
What do you think?
So for those that did not see Friday's show with Lindsey Hall, and I was doing my interview, I said 24-20 Seattle Seahawks. Why do I say 24-20 Seattle Seahawks? I think what's going to happen, New England's going to run the ball effectively with Trayvon Henderson with that offensive line, although they've been a little shaky in the playoffs. Yeah. But their defense is going to come out there and do what they do best and light it up. DeMarcus Lawrence, Leonard Williams. Yeah, I know, like I said, the offensive line is shaky. It comes down to the trenches. It comes down O-line, D-line. DeMarcus Lawrence, Leonard Williams, they are going to get to Drake May as soon as possible. And Sam Darnold, listen, big moment for him. Huge moment
for Sam Darnold, yeah.
You cannot fumble this moment. There's no 4 interceptions. There's no 2 interceptions because we're going to go back to the Jets days. We're going to go back to the Carolina Panthers days. We're going to go back to the 49ers days. This is a Sam Darnold redemption story, and I think it will happen tonight on the second to last play of the game. In my opinion. I mean, this is going to be 10 years ago 2.0, except the other way.
Right. I think they will hopefully with this will have a really great backfield. Kenneth Walker, Kenny McIntosh too, another Georgia grad. I think they're going to have the right decision to make in that scenario.
Hopefully.
Hopefully so. We're going to wait and find out. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm going to go 27-21. I think it'll be a little bit more high scoring, but I think, again, you make a great point. When you get to this point in the season, these teams, they're battered, they're bruised, they're 20th, 21st game. When I say something like that, it's really about who's going to hold up, like you're saying, in these trenches. It's similar enough of a game with the quarterback play and the skill positions that I think who's going to have more time in the pocket. And I think Sam Darnold, I think his stock continues to trend up.
Oh, yeah.
And this is no shame to Drake May, who was basically one person away from being the MVP outside of Matt Stafford with the NFL honors. But, man, I really do think that this is the story for Sam Darnold. This is the story for the Seahawks. They have revenge on their mind. I love what the Patriots have done. I think Mike Vrabel's done a great job in year 2. But, shout out to Mike McDonald. Shout out to Sam Darnold. JSN, even we didn't even talk about him.
Man.
But, what a huge story
Jackson
he's
Smith
been.
and Jigba.
A legend. I mean, he's been great for them with losing DK Metcalf going to the Steelers.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But, Jay, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Brett.
Guys, make sure you tune in tonight to WTOK News 11 at 10. We'll have a final score for you on tonight's game, and we'll also have a recap of yesterday as a special Braves player was in town, and Mr. Chipper Jones, number 10. He was at Meridian Community College. I'll tell you more about that tonight. So, everyone, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tonight.